All right, y'all. The Superman reactions are in. Let me share my screen. We've got a few to go through, you guys. People are getting out. Critics are seeing it, dropping their thoughts, y'all. You already know we gotta track these live reactions, y'all. Listen, they are dropping hot, and there's a lot of them, y'all. Let me go ahead and start here, though. This Twitter user, Austin Medeiros, I hope I'm saying that right. He tracks a lot of news and things of that nature, like Marvel, DC news, and he was dropping a lot of reviews. Hey, what's going on, Tristan? Good to see you. Just tracking some Superman reactions right now. What's going on, Laser? Good to see you, my friend. Yo, check out this review, though. It says, James Gunn absolutely nailed it with Superman. From the music and VFX to the camera work and humor, he crafted the ideal, lighthearted, kid-friendly film for the summer. Every character has standout moments, especially Crypto. Man, that's some high praise. God, you gotta love to see that high praise, man. Crypto, as we know from the advertisements so far, he definitely is going to have a big role, and I love to hear that it is a good time. Really quick, thank you, Laser. Yeah, I am so ready. So ready. I cannot wait. Man, I am so ready. This one here says, just saw the early showing of Superman. James Gunn, you deserve all the flowers because it was a fun ride. Every character was lovable, and it just gave the essence of Supes that we haven't seen in a long time. Okay, that's crazy. High praise. Great job. Can't wait for the rest. That's amazing. Yeah, Tristan, it seems like we got a big boy coming in, like a big one. Awesome. I love to see this. So far, so good. I mean, hey, shout out Jeremy Kazieva. He's over at Geek Vibes Nation, does some great coverage over on his channel. Definitely give him a follow. And then we have another one that says, James Gunn, you did it. You made me look up, and the gun did not jam. This felt like a comet leaping off the silver screen. Not sure how people doubted this for a second. Nicholas Holt's Lex is terrifying, yet so animated. Wow. Okay, that's amazing. Glad to see that love for Lex Luthor there. Yeah, definitely like him more than the Eisenberg version, but y'all gotta let me know who your favorite Lex Luthor is. I mean, I think I haven't seen a lot of Smallville, but the stuff that I have seen, Michael Rosenbaum seemed great. I really love that animated Lex from Justice League and Superman, the animated series. Really good Lex. My goodness, y'all, I've been on the wrong microphone. My bad. Jeez, I probably sound muffled as heck. All right, let's keep on moving, y'all. It looks like so far, though, nothing but good. And I'll put on a little music for everybody. Hey, what's going on, Zach? Yeah, you always got to take them with a grain of salt. You right. You always got to take them with a grain of salt. I was one of those people that did like The Flash, but I do understand why people did not like The Flash. I mean, it has a lot of unlikable elements to it, mainly the CGI. But give me 1 second, y'all. Let's get a couple of pieces of music going in here. All right, y'all. Let's go through some more of these. Superman initial thoughts, no spoilers. Pros. First, literally the whole cast, phenomenal top tier performance. Everyone involved. Wow. Okay, high praise. Higher cast here. Clark and Lois have some insane chemistry. Any Planet has some of the funniest bits ever. Genuinely grateful for the inclusion of Beck. The Justice Gang were all good and had their moments when it came to showcasing some of their nuances. Nicholas Hoult gave us one of the best hater performances ever. Man, okay, this is some high praise, guys. Score is insane. As someone who had doubts about David Murphy, he generally shut me up. So, a couple cons says CGI looks jarring. This is a long one. They dropped a lot of info. CGI looks jarring in some quick flashes. Also felt the movie was a little too short, which can be felt in its ending. Oh, wow, too short. So maybe it needed about 20, 30 more minutes. Hey, yeah, love for Zach Mill, man. Heck yeah. Let's go. Really enjoyed the first reactions, hyped it up way too much. I agree. Those first reactions were going on and on about like greatest since The Dark Knight. I'm like, all right, hold on, y'all. A James Gunn, actually not was one of those people that say one of the greatest, not the singular greatest. A James Gunn's World's Finest film would go hard. Yeah, I agree. I would love to see a World's Finest. Let's, set up this universe a little more before we get to those team ups. We know what happened last time, but hopefully we got that in the works, somewhere in the works down in the future. Wow, David Corenswet is Superman. He honors Christopher Reeve's legacy with excellence. He leaves the cinema invigorated by the energy of hope that the film emanates. Thank you, James Gunn. Wow. Okay. At Castinas_MS. Okay, awesome. So it sounds like so far really, really great reception. I mean, a mention of Christopher Reeve himself. To mention him in something and say that he honors his legacy, that's such a high praise. I love to hear that, man. Like that is amazing. Corenswet, I know, right? Every time I do a voiceover, I have to check the notes to see if it actually annotated it right, because sometimes it'll say like Corenswet. I'm like, man, that ain't what I'm saying, bruh. Domestic box office isn't going to be enough if international audience doesn't show up and support DC Studios. Yeah, Kevin, let me know. You usually have some really good box office predictions. Let me know. Where do you think this is going to land? And everybody else, yeah, feel free to let me know where do you think this is going to land at the box office. I'm assuming I'm going to just take a shot in the dark here. I'm going to say it's going to hit about 700-800 million. That's where I'm going with Superman worldwide. Now, maybe it'll be over under, I don't know, but I'm thinking about 700-800 million. That's just my thought process. Also, by the way, y'all, Superman has 2 post-credit scenes, so stay strapped to your seat when you get, excuse me, y'all, when you get finished with the movie. Stay strapped to your seat because 2 post-credit scenes. Okay, we are in for it. I am not sure, Laser, to be honest with you, with the YouTube stuff. I think it's like some way to gain XP of some sort. I'll have to figure it out, to be honest. Final prediction for initial Rotten Tomatoes score. Final Rotten Tomatoes. This one's tough. I think it might end up at a final Rotten Tomatoes of somewhere between an 85 and like a 92 or something. Maybe I'm going a little high, but I think it could end up in like that 85 to 90 range. Like it might be like 87 or something, 88 final Rotten Tomatoes. On the critic side, I think. On the audience, I could see if this is good, like easily like a 95, 96 or something. Brave and the Bold, I'm going to say something kind of controversial, I guess, but I just think the Robert Pattinson Batman should be the DCU Batman. I know, Matt Reeves has his own thing going on the side with the Penguin and them. I understand, but can we just cross over for World's Finest? I know that Reeves is cooking over there. I know, but just please, I don't know. I would love to see Robert Pattinson and Corenswet if he's good. Okay, 75 to 80. That's a good prediction. I could see it being maybe if it's not so good, maybe 78. Maybe a little controversial. Superman review. Kate loved it. I will see if that still stands on my IMAX viewing tomorrow. There's some misses, but more hits than misses is all I can say. Great characters all around. They could not have assembled a better cast. Superman is a wonderful ride of a film. Okay, cool. That sounds like another good praise for the film that comes from Arclight PNW over on Twitter. Another review says Superman is a big ensemble film filled with heart and humor. Crypto steals the show. Holt is amazing. The Lois Clark dynamic is perfection. Yeah, that's, man, I mean, this is cooking. So far, these reviews are saying some really good things. Now, again, take these all with a grain of salt. You have to go in for yourself. You absolutely have to go in, judge on your own accord, watch yourself. Then once you take it in once or maybe even twice, sometimes it takes a couple viewings to really come to that final conclusion. Then you could feel your opinion, share your opinion. But these are a really good way to just kind of gauge where people are early on, at least the people who do want to share on Twitter. Superman doesn't need to make $1 billion. It just needs to do what Iron Man did for the MCU. Bingo. James Gunn himself even said today, like, why does everybody think this has to make $1 billion? Like, 800 million is great for Superman. 750, 700, that's good, right? I mean, what was the budget on Superman, y'all? Somebody knows. Kevin, somebody knows, I know. Budget for Superman 2025. Reportedly $225 million. Okay, so about 400 for at the marketing cost. Yeah, if it could hit 800, that would be bananas for this movie. Sorry, by the way, if this is choppy, y'all. I keep saying my connection's unstable. Don't know why. I don't think I have anything else open. Let me just close a couple programs, y'all. Okay, get that connection right. Okay, initial 90s, and people will break stories tomorrow about how high the RT score is before it settles. You already know, like, yeah, if it like comes out at a 90, it's gonna come down a little bit. At least to about 88, then 86, 85, 84. Superman is a soaring triumph. This superhero epic wastes no time diving into action in a meta-human world. Corenswet Superman is punk rock. Oh, wow, okay. Punk fucking rock. And Nicholas's Lex is his electric opposite. Gunn's vibrant palette dazzles with orbs, robots, and monsters. Engineer and Ultraman shine. Hot Girl, Mr. Terrific, and Guy still scenes. This movie redefines Superman, catching an IMAX on the biggest screen possible. Man, it's just nonstop good reviews. So far, I haven't seen one that's like a bad. Okay, so did we run out? Uh-oh. Yeah, that was the last one so far. And that was 13 minutes ago from Andre St. Albin. Let's see if there's any others that dropped. This is everything any Superman could ask for. Dumb, stupid grin on my face the entire time. David Corenswet not only makes you believe he's Superman, but devours as Clark Kent. And Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Dude makes Kendrick Lamar looks like merciful. Oh, wow. Run, y'all. So far, nothing but great. Yeah, Clayface should be pretty cool. I don't know, though. I'm going to be real with y'all. I kind of want Clayface to come out a little later. I want another Wonder Woman. I want another Batman. Give me the Trinity, man. Give me my Trinity, bruh. Which character are you most excited to see on screen? Oh, yeah. Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern is going to be hilarious. I mean, I know this is cliche, but I'm going to have to go with Corenswet because I want to see a more hopeful and different take on Superman. I don't want to have the brooding Henry Cavill stuff. I want to see, like, and nothing against Henry Cavill, by the way. Henry Cavill did a great job in Man of Steel. I'm not going to sit up here and say he didn't act well. I do think the material could have did his character better, and especially by the time we got to the BVS, especially the theatrical cut. Whew. But what I will say is I did really think he had a future as Superman, and when I did see him step out of the shadows in Black Adam, I was very excited for Henry Cavill to come back. But I do want to see David Corenswet, see what he puts on his own spin of Superman. Want to see Gunn's work here. I believe in Gunn. I really enjoyed his superhero films. I just think that this is set up for success. And even though we can't fully judge until we saw ourselves, I have faith. I've had faith for a while, especially since that final trailer. That final trailer looked fire to me. I've had faith in Superman ever since. Oh, yeah. Crypto's going to be great. DCU Batman going to have a Bat family and Robert. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Robert Pattinson ain't at that point yet. All right, let's see here. Any more Superman? So we got that one was a good one. Oh, yeah, that's... I'll never understand that crazy mindset. Superman doesn't get a 90% or higher on Rotten Tomatoes. I'll give everyone who retweets this $100. Crazy. Okay, so it looks like we ran through most of the reviews so far. Let's see if any more have dropped. Yeah, that's about it so far. I know that the people on the East Coast got out already. There are going to be other people getting out pretty soon here. What's going on, Lawrence Report? I'm going to be seeing it tomorrow, 7 o'clock my time. So that's 6 p.m. PT. I'll be seeing it then. I'm so excited, man. Like, honestly, I'm going to be real with y'all. The last trailer, I know a lot of people, controversial coming up here. I like the laser beam scene. I think it looks awesome at the end of the final trailer. I think that looks freaking fantastic. I can't wait to see this. Yeah, reviews are positive. Oh, hey, I love this username, Neighborhood Nova. Do you make content, Neighborhood Nova? I can't wait for the future of the Flash. Yeah, absolutely. I really want to see what James Gunn's DCU will do with the Flash. Critical character. We got to get it right this time. Give it a 5% chance I don't like. Yeah, I think I'll like this one. Yeah, this feels like Gunn's like passion project, like what Gunn has wanted to do for a while. Yep, waiting for those West Coast reviews. And I don't know, I might have to bail before that. Well, I might just take a little break, little intermission. I got a little popcorn here, y'all. Oh. Munching on some popcorn and waiting for some reviews. But I really do think Superman was set up for success by stripping everything down, because okay, I know it would have been cool to get a Man of Steel 2. Black Adam versus Superman would have been pretty dope. But like, I think hitting the reset button for Superman was the best thing that could have happened for the DC brand as a whole. This reset, I think if this hits, you have a chance to bring DC into a good light and a good standing with the general audience. That means that Marvel movies will be more attended because superhero movies will be on the uprise yet again. Superman has the potential to really shift the tides in the sense that not necessarily saying that like Marvel's not in trouble or nobody's really in trouble right now. But if Superman does well, that's good for both studios and that's good for all superhero movies. So Superman doing well, that'll be good for Marvel too. Thing about Gunn is that he says he won't greenlight a project unless the script is good. Yeah, that's a good thing to hear. He at least has a consideration for good projects and make sure nothing sloppy gets through the door. He's been taking some like subtle little shots at Marvel. I can totally tell. And I love it. Yes. Friendly fire. Yes, absolutely. That is such a good comment, Tristan. Oliver Jackson Cohen is my top choice for DC Batman. Okay. Yeah, that's actually a good question we could ask everybody. Who do they want to see as the DCU Batman? Who do y'all want to see as DCU Batman? I know people said that, like, you know, I know the Reacher actor, really, Alan Rickman. I'm sorry, Rickson or Rickman? Richson. Yeah, Richson. He expressed that he wanted to be Batman, and I kind of think it would look maybe a little weird if Superman looks like a twig next to Batman. Like, I don't know, man. Like, Alan Richardson is crazy jacked. Just read. Uh-oh. Hold on. No leaking. No leaking, Night Stride. No leaking. Alan too big. Yeah. I just feel like it would look really weird if like Superman standing next to Batman looks like a little twig. Batman looks like he could snap him in two. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if that could work for me visually. I do think he could be cool as someone else. And I do think he was dope as Hawk in Teen Titans. I'ma say it. But I'm like, are you Batman? I don't know. Yeah, the guy who plays Reacher. He's been very interested. Oh shit. Okay, that would be kind of cool, especially if they went with like the hook hand look for Aquaman with the long hair. Maybe we don't need to do long hair. Just do a hook hand would be dope. But then it would be like, all right, well, Aquaman is at least Atlantean. Like I could believe maybe he looks a little bit, larger than Superman. He did in the Justice League animated, so Aquaman in the Justice League animated was like this tank. Y'all remember that? He was like this tank with a hook hand. I was like, Aquaman is buff, bruh. Like, Superman did look small next to him in that show. So I could, if it's Aquaman, I like that. I co-sign on that. Let's see. DCU Batman. Y'all let me know who would you pick? I'm trying to think. I'm looking at a ideas panel because I'm horrible at fan castings. So, okay. Somebody said Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't know. I see Lee Pace as an option. Because we're looking at an older Batman, right? We're looking at a little bit of an older, maybe like in his 40s. Because Brave and Bold, Damian's around. So, yeah, he's got to be in his 40s. Lee Pace, I don't know. Funny enough, Nicholas Hoult is on this list. Scott Eastwood? Don't hate that one. Alan would be great for Colossus. Yeah, wow, that's a really good one. Colossus, he would be amazing. He would be colossal. I had to try. No new reviews, huh? Nothing. Okay, another Superman review. This is everything any Superman fan could ask for. Dumb, stupid grin on my face the entire time. David Corenswet not only makes you believe he's Superman, but devours as Clark Kent. And Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Dude makes Kendrick Lamar look merciful. Oh, we just read that one. Okay, yeah, that just sounds so good. Yeah, for real. Thank you, Laser. Deleted that comment. That was crazy. No spoil. I didn't think I had to say it, but please, no spoilers in the chat. No spoilers. Don't be running up in here talking about reading leaks now. Nobody wants no spoils now. Let's keep it cool. Amelia Clarke as Mira would go super hard. Jason Momoa, pretty much confirmed as Lobo now, right? Yeah, he's Lobo. So we have him back in the DCU. I don't think it's impossible to bring some other people back. Sasha Calle in some kind of capacity. Nah, Grant Gustin, I just don't think. I think because I associate him with the Flash, I would just see him like unmasked. I'd be like, nah, man. Like, I'll be like, nah, Batman, nah. Like, that ain't Batman. That's Flash. How do I feel about Superman new logo? I love it, man. I think it's sharp, clean. I like the S. I honestly think the suit looks great. I remember set photos, people were like, oh, it's too many lines. And like now in like official, like when we got the trailer and everything, it looks good to me. And I'm sure the final cut looks even better. No more. We're waiting on that West Coast crowd, excuse me. Nope, not a new one. Read that one. Read that one. Read that one. Yeah, Superman, like I said, 2 end credits. So back to DCU Batman real quick, though. Some of these lists are weak as hell, y'all. I do see Oliver Jackson Cohen on here. So he's one that has been suggested. Glenn Powell. Nah. That's Cyclops right there. Let's see. I did see somebody else suggest Pattinson come over. Huh. No, nobody's jumping out at me yet. I'm not. None of these. I'm like, oh my god, he'd be a great Batman. I do like the Jensen Ackles idea, but has that ship sailed? Is it too late for that? Maybe that's a little too late now. I know the first photo of Millie as Supergirl is gonna go so hard. Look at this logo, Laser. Speaking of the logo. Yeah, that looks awesome, man. God, that's sharp, bro. Sharp. Love that logo. Oh, my goodness. Glenn as Booster. Yeah, see, that's... I'm feeling that. I'm vibing with that. I line up with that more than I do like a... I don't think he's a Batman. Like, nah, he's just too... I don't know. He's too pretty boy. You need Batman to have a little bit of rough and gruff. A little bit. You know, he got the debonair side on the Bruce Wayne end of things. But, you know, Christian Bale and every other Batman, Michael Keaton, all that, they had a little bit of gruff to them. There's a little bit of... You need a little gruff. I wouldn't want Gunn to do Batman. Yeah, no Batman Gunn. Teen Titans would be great. That's right up Gunn's alley. That's his comfort zone. Yeah, Teen Titans Gunn directed Teen Titans would be awesome. That'd be great. Okay, 85 to 90 Rotten Tomatoes. That would be great, honestly. Let's see here. What else we got? No more. Nothing else, huh? Anything in latest? Uh-oh. The critics that glaze the Flash off their first reaction to Superman takes are null and void. Oh, ooh. Okay. Somebody's seeing it in 10 minutes? Oh, is that when that's when the embargo is supposed to lift, by the way. So we'll already be live for an hour. I honestly rather have Glenn Powell's Aquaman. Yeah, Aquaman, that could work. I like that. Excuse me, y'all. So 10 minutes till the embargo lifts, and we can look at way more reviews. We'll have way more. We've had a wave of reactions, but we'll have way more here in 10 minutes. Ooh, Katie O'Brien. Yo, listen, she's so buff. She's so freaking buff. She could do it, man. I'd be down for Katie O'Brien to do it. She is so stacked. Sorry, Laser. I'll be seeing Superman tomorrow. So I'll be seeing Superman tomorrow around 7 o'clock. And y'all already know, gonna have a review on this thing. We gonna have a review up in this piece. I'm gonna have a before and after, all that. Sadie Singh Mirror, seems a little young, maybe? Depending on who we cast as Aquaman, I think maybe a little young. Seems like maybe she's gonna be Gwen Stacy, honestly. If I had to guess. Want Brainiac as the main villain for a Superman. Oh, yo. Brainiac needs to be like a team up. Second JL villain Darkseid, and then third villain Doomsday. Build the universe slowly. Yeah, build it out. Hopefully this time they've learned from their mistake. I think with James Gunn on the helm, like, they will absolutely do a really good service to this universe. I think that they're going to guide it in a way where we build things out, we build things up. Katie and David next to each other. Yeah, Katie's going to be humongous, man. She's gonna be huge, bro. I really love that Love Lies Bleeding, but I was like, hey, do not piss her off. Wow, she will rip you in half. Hate using the Flash reviews as an argument for why it will be bad, as if James hasn't dropped a single highly reviewed comic. It's insane. Yeah, like, because here's the thing, is I understand that some sections of the fandom, I'm not going to name no names and specifically, some sections of fandom wanted Henry Cavill to come back. I understand. They loved Henry Cavill's performance. We got to move on, y'all. We got to move forward. Superman is on the horizon. We all will see this week what they have in store for us. Hopefully it's nothing but good. Also, sorry my camera angle's kind of crazy. I just started, y'all. I wasn't even about to hit live until now, and there were just all these reactions out. I was like, let me just go ahead and hit live now, and especially on the cusp of us about to, see a lot more reactions. Mahershala as Manhunter. Does he seem a little old? Well, I mean, shit, Manhunter could be, the appearance of anyone. So that would honestly be great. I think he could step into that role well. That part. I think Gunn knows how to make any superhero likable. And we're going to see that here with Superman. And maybe, I mean, I don't know yet for sure, but I think it just sounds like it's going to be fire so far. Nothing else yet. Looks like we still have no other reviews. Okay, here's another one. The new Superman is fun and full of heart. David Corenswet makes a sweet and hopeful Clark, and Crypto the dog is a cute bonus. It's a bit crowded and cartoonish at times, but if you're into feel-good superhero movies, it's worth watching. Okay. Which makes sense. There's a lot of characters in this thing. I mean, you got the Justice Gang up in this thing with Green Lantern and Hawk Girl and Mr. Terrific. And then you also have Superman and Clark and Lois and the Daily Planet and all. You got a lot going on here, but I think it could really, really work. And obviously Lex Luthor and the Hammer of Baravia, whatever. I have Barry stuck in the Speed Force and have Wally as a new. Ooh, okay. That could be cool. A nice little twist. Do like the Justice League 90s Justice League thing. I'm down for that. Let's see here. Let me dial that music down, y'all. Maybe that's a little high. Yeah, we barely hear it now. Okay. All right. So far, there has not been one review that has called it bad or anything, said it was a bad movie. Crisis does need to happen in 10 years, have Henry Cavill. That would be crazy. Yo, I kind of like the idea of what if he's Ultraman in this movie? I would be so happy if Ultraman took his mask off and it was freaking Henry Cavill. That'd be amazing. Oh, this is old. Let's see here. Imagine Gunn doing a Crisis film and we get Henry as King. Oh my goodness, you guys just said it. Jinx. Yeah, that would be amazing. Holy crap. You'd have to. It would be awesome to bring Henry Cavill back in some kind of capacity. If we could make it happen in any way, shape, or form, man, that would really help things out. I think if he was Ultraman, dude, I think that would go over well with the fandom. Okay, y'all, listen, we are 3 minutes from a lot more dropping here. I know that is when the embargo officially lifts, so maybe some people from a few weeks ago, we will see their reactions as well. Eyes up here. Hey, did E-Man drop one? Okay, that's what I thought, because See, the embargo is officially lifted in like in like about 2 minutes. Hey, we got John Wick in the house. Peculiar most posts praise James Gunn Superman, gun paying bots to post this stuff. No, John, come on, John, be on our side, John. I don't think that's the case. I think that James Gunn is just, he's a big name in this industry, so they're gonna mention James Gunn. It was meant to happen, just like Kevin Feige gets mentioned in so much Marvel stuff. Okay. Ooh, y'all, I was like leaning forward. I'm like, hold on, let me get my dang chair. Biggest indicator that Wally will be the DCU's Flash is that Hal is old, about to retire. Yeah, that's fair. We got John coming in. Superman's a little younger. I like that. Yeah, you're right, John. You're right, John. We got 1 minute to the reaction. The social media reaction embargo lifts in a minute. We'll have a lot more to read. I all right, y'all. Give me 1 second here. Quick little technical difficulty. All right, we are back. Okay. And we are headed for some Superman reactions. Okay, here we go. Superman perfectly understands what it means to be human. Powerful and promising start to the new DCU. The film moves you by revealing the art behind the cape. David is phenomenal, but the huge highlight is how Nicholas Hoult delivers a phenomenal Lex Luthor. Bold, charismatic, and menacing. One of the best villains DC has ever brought to the screen. Okay, that's high praise. Because if we're saying like ever, that means like Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, all them. Like we putting them high, that's high praise, bruh. The score and sound design are out of this world. You feel every note, every impact makes you soar inside. Wow. What a review. Yeah, you know, John, I think it's doing really well because I was looking at Fandango tickets the other day and I was struggling to find some. The only ones were like near the screen. Lantern suits, I'm so excited to see. I know. Oh, I can't wait to see the Green Lantern stuff. Speed Force had him. All right, let's see here what we got. Superman is an explosive and silly iteration of the hero with all of the heart and humor you expect from a James Gunn movie. The pure definition of a comic book put to film and one of the most enjoyable movie-going experiences I've had. This is a strong start to the new DC. Again, high praise. High praise. Lantern suits, I'm so excited. Oh, yeah, we read that one. Saw it. Uh-oh, hated how they made Clark have an affair. Hold on. Chill out. Again, no spoils. Clearly, that was some trolling. Stop all that, though. No spoiling. No spoiling, y'all. I Will Cry if David Corenswet Superman does a similar ending to Christopher Reeve's Around the World ending. That'd be crazy. I wonder what they're going to do. They're going to have a big ending. Rebirth going to overshadow Superman. Okay, you think so? I mean, well, sheesh. Rebirth had a big opening, man. Let's see. 322 million? Oh my goodness. 322 milli. That's crazy, bro. Sorry, just looking at the Jurassic World. I'm thrilled to share with you all that Superman is indeed spectacular. James Gunn has grown so much as a filmmaker and storyteller, and it's none more evident than with this film. It's everything I could have ever dreamed of and hoped for as a fan of DC since I was a child. Superman is the kind of film that reminds you why you fell in love with comics, not just comic books, but with comic book films as a whole. This is a sign of things to come with the new DC universe under the leadership of Gunn and Safran. Then we are truly in for a treat. Amazing. So Soup's flying around Earth. Ooh. That's cool. The Superman drone show, and is that St. Louis? I do want Batman Beyond in this DC universe in Crisis or After. For real, we got to get Batman Beyond live action. Come on now. Hey, my good friend Real James here. What up, James? James Gunn Superman is the greatest Superman film put to the big screen. Corenswet is perfectly cast as Clark Kent, and the entire film radiates positivity, hope, and optimism. We love to see that. It's exactly what I wanted from a Superman movie. Everything just works. I'm so happy. Oh, hey, what up, James in the house? Hey, what's up, James? Dude, glad to hear this. Positivity, hope, and optimism. This is what we... Listen, no shade to Henry Cavill, but this is what we wanted in a Superman movie. What's going on, Real James? It's good to see you in the chat, man. That's crazy that you pulled up right when I was reading your comment. I love that. Yeah, Batman Beyond will be awesome. Grant Gustin is a TV actor, yeah. It probably would work in the DCU. James, if you got any more to share, let us know, man. I mean, what did you think? Superman. Getting high praise so far. High praise. We got a Geek Vibes Nation review. Okay, we gonna come back to that one, y'all. Whew, that is a lot of typing. Okay, POC Culture says, I've seen James Gunn Superman. Feels like Action Comics come to life. It's thrilling, fun, and most importantly, hopeful. Corenswet as Superman is warm and relatable, and he looks like he's having the time of his life. He's the perfect hero to lead the DCU. Gotta love that, man. Geek Vibes wrote an essay, yeah, for real. Woo. Listen, I like Geek Vibes as a site. I love the contributors. The staff is amazing, but woo, that was a lot of writing, y'all. Bring Grant Gustin as Jay? Oh, Jay Garrick? That'd be kind of cool. Hey, some love for Real James. Laser's a big fan of your content. Yeah, Geek Vibe. Okay, so let's go back, y'all. Let's take a look at a couple others here. Superman feels more alive than ever. Gunn's imagination is a frenzy of delirious personality for better and worse, but the heroism's recentering on kindness and decency in an era of egomaniac politics is refreshing and relevant. Everyone is great, but only one character is terrific? Huh? Is that supposed to be a Mr. Terrific? Is that each and every actor was perfectly cast. Genuinely didn't find a single fault among the cast. That's great to hear. Man, I love to see it, bro. Hey, gotta love seeing Bunk. Up here is Perry White. Love it, man. Grant Gustin, TV Flash. Yeah, a lot. I remember a lot of people are like, man, they should have just crashed Grant Gustin. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. If I was doing DCU, if I was doing the DCU with James Gunn, I would have Lex send a signal to Brainiac by accident. That's why Supergirl comes down to warn Superman. That'd be crazy. Okay, so let's continue. Anything else? Anything else so far? Let's do a little refresh. We've got Jenna who says Superman is everything I wanted it to be. and a million things more. It is truly awe-inspiring, both as a DC fan who has longed to see this universe on screen in such a loving and unique way, and just as a hopeful person. Wow, okay, man. So far, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So far, the praise has been real, y'all. We got Perry Nimrinoff, who says, Superman made me so damn happy. Movie is loaded with exhilarating action set pieces and well-paced humor and levity. But the beating heart of the film is Superman's humanity and his insistence on doing good and making the world a better place. Corenswet brings such an infectious determination and warmth to the role that it makes that pursuit all-consuming and impossibly heartening. Making that an even more robust aspect of the movie, Gunn and co. don't shy away from exploring the challenges one might encounter when trying to navigate our reality, while holding tight to those core values. That's crazy, man. Cavill's good Superman, bad as Clark. Christopher Reeve was a good mix of both. David Corenswet is a very good Clark Kent and a greater Superman. Wow, that's high praise. Think it's gonna be 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, Retro Lad, I like that assumption. I was thinking about 84. I was thinking about 84. Okay, we got Brandon Davis, who says Superman is a triumph for the new universe. It's a comic book brought to beautiful live action life, brimming with hope and fulfillment. It actually elicited tears of joy from me. Wow. It's a Superman for everyone. David Corenswet was born for Superman and Clark Kent. Loved it. I mean, y'all, this is just endless praise after praise. I mean, seriously. This got to be one of the more, like, better received Superman movies so far. Oh my gosh. Awesome. Yeah. I saw that, Retro Lad. James Gunn read the script for the Batman 2, said it was great. Tessa, Mama's Geeky, a really good friend of the channel. Good to see you, Tessa. James Gunn's Superman is phenomenal. David Corenswet and Nicholas Hoult nailed their roles perfectly. The chemistry between Rachel and David is electric. The action, humor, and cinematography are top-notch. The perfect entry to the DCU. I need more now. Man, oh freaking man. 87? Okay, James. I was thinking more about 84 to 86. What? 85 to 90. I think I said that earlier too, Nathan. 85 to 90. But I backed it up to about like 84 to about 90. I'll go with that too. Neil says, good friend of the channel as well. Neil Vag says, I've seen Superman. James Gunn redefines the character for a new generation of fans, restoring all of the nerdiness which goes along with his huge heart. Perfect casting all around. This is the first time a DC film has truly captured the comics I've been reading for 30 plus years. All right, y'all. Real quick, I'm going to take a quick break. Let me go get some water, and I'll be right back. All right, you guys. Woo, had to give me a little snack. Laser said I crashed out. Yeah, I'm hungry. It's late. Movie also made James laugh more than he expected. Okay. I'm so into this. What's going on? Let's talk reviews. Hey. Love that avatar. Yo, okay, so what we have. Okay, E-Man, I was looking for his earlier. Superman is fun, heartfelt, and feels like a comic book come to life. Corenswet gives us a new take that works. James Gunn nailed the emotional core and migrant story. A solid soaring start for the MCU. Oh, we love to hear that. Love to hear it. Oh, good question here. If you can answer, James, which Justice Gang member was the best? Yes, John Wick. I am wearing a Deadpool hat. I actually went to Denver Fan Expo this weekend. I just had a Deadpool shirt at the ready, so I was like, let me go ahead and wear the Deadpool hat. But yes, we're able to find so much Superman stuff now. I'm gonna have to buy a shirt tomorrow before I see it. I still don't have any Superman merch. I'm such a Marvel boy, I'll admit it. Favorite Justice Game member was Mr. Terrific. Guy and Hot Girl are awesome, though Mr. Terrific gets the most screen time of the three as well. Okay, wow. Right on, James. Thanks for sharing, my friend. How was that score, James? Yeah, and I love that Mr. Terrific, Eddie Gathegi, gets a chance to play a superhero again, because my goodness, Darwin got killed off screen in X-Men First Class so quickly. We read that one. Okay, 3C. Chris Parker, Superman left me with a giant, happy, dumb grin. David Corenswet embodies Superman in such a perfect way. This is an actual comic book come to life. James Gunn's DCU feels extraordinary and makes me excited to see more of this world. I have my nitpicks, other will too. Overall, I'm very happy. Okay, man, awesome. Sorry, y'all, I'm starving. Over here snacking and snacking. Following first reaction, David Corenswet is being lauded for his performance as a titular Superman. Oh, somebody said he was born to play Superman. Wow. Okay, we got another one. James Gunn and the cast really bottled that classic Superman magic in this film. As someone who grew up buried in DC Comics, this felt like watching my childhood leap off the page in real time. It's for families, comic book nerds, and anyone who has ever loved a good dog story. Okay, gonna be a lot of crypto. We've got this one for from Michelle. Yeah, that makes John Wick happy. The good dog story. Yeah, for sure. You won't have to go on a revenge tour this time, John Wick. It sounds like the dog makes it out this time. Superman had the whole theater cheering, vibrant and action-packed. This film is filled with so much hope. The entire cast brought it, especially David and Nicholas, giving everything I wanted to see with Superman and Lex. Oh my gosh. Got a how was crypto? James? Sorry, we're just asking you question after question. You feel free to let us know if you can't share too much. Sorry, y'all. Over here snacking and snacking. Got these little apple cinnamon rice cakes. Really good. If Gunn kills the dog, pencil. Yeah, for real. Yeah, you gotta go after him, John Wick. Crypto will be the bridge for casual moviegoers. Trust me, it worked for movie lovers too. Oh, that's great. Yeah, see, I figure crypto will really help kind of usher in the non-comic booky audience. Oh, yeah, from Publix. What's Publix? Sorry, I don't think we got one in Colorado, Publix. Oh, we do have one. What the fuck? What the hell? What the helly? Do we? Maybe we do. I don't know. But that sounds good. A chicken tender salad sounds great. Gets me excited. See, it might be because I Googled Colorado and I saw some stuff come up, but I think it said location Florida. So you right. What is that though? I was eating an ashy back What's the ashy back marshmallow? How will this movie play for kids? How young the kids will enjoy the movie? My goodness. Sorry. Uh-oh. Weird people hoping Superman would be bad. Looking at all our reactions. Here's another one from Josh Weiss, who says, Superman is a true summer delight. James Gunn brings his usual bubbly and colorful charm to the Man of Steel mythos with the reboot that gets the live-action DCU off on the right red-booted foot. Everyone is perfectly cast, and Crypto steals the show. Lots of love for Crypto, man. I can't wait for that. Crypto looks adorable, y'all. Oh, the marketing has been great, featuring so much of him. So Real James saying the movie has a fair amount of cussing, does get violent in the second act, maybe 13 and 14 and up. Yeah, this is PG-13, isn't it? So maybe not for the little kids, but like some little kids, are okay with this kind of content. If they already have watched like The Dark Knight and stuff, I think they'll be fine. It's so happy to see DC have a bright future. Parents see it first and take the kids, and money will flow for a long time. For real. I think that's what could happen. And then if kids love it and they start going again. Whew. I watched some episodes of Creature Commandos. I didn't end up finishing it. I still got to get through it, but I liked what I saw. I really liked Creature Commandos from what I did see. Okay, we got Courtney Howard, who says Superman soars. Okay. Make sure my audio is good. Okay. Says Superman soars. An awesome achievement and hopeful bomb honoring past iterations, cinema, and comics while cutting its own path. Corenswet has that heroic shimmer. Holt is delightfully diabolical. Brosnahan brims with vim and vigor. Cryptos absorbs. Awesome. This was sounding great, y'all. We have another one. Roxy Stryer, who says she wishes she could watch Superman on repeat for a week. Finally gave me the Lois Lane I've been begging for. The world needs this movie, and we can all learn so much from Superman. I laughed, I cried. The DCU has arrived. Wow, that's amazing. Great boots. Good friend of the channel, Brandon Lewis. What's up, Brandon? Superman is thrilling and earnest, a comic book brought to life with James Gunn asking intriguing questions about heroism and self-actualization alongside wildly creative uses of Clark's powers. Its narrative sprawl leads to some character shakiness, but the new DCU hits hard. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, it's between the best and great. A lot of people are saying this is so good. last question from Laser. That's probably gonna be spoiling Laser. I don't know. James, if you're not comfortable answering that, you don't have to. Hey, good morning, Isaac. It's going well, man. How are you? Over here streaming. Just checking out the first reactions for Superman. We've got Jones Vibes, who says Superman is the movie we were all hoping it would be. And somehow it's even more. I'm honestly in awe right now. This is a fresh, honest take on the character. And I think it's going to help a lot of people finally understand why Superman is so iconic. It definitely did for me. It's also the start of a brand new universe that genuinely feels inviting. It's bold, it's hopeful, and it's a breath of fresh air. Man, Eric Davis says, perfect superhero movie and a terrific start for the DC studios. It's big, bright, exciting, full of hope, and it never loses a sense of wonder. Wow. I mean, these are eating, y'all. Eating. Hey, what's going on? Is it pronounced Arganese? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, got the Spidey chair. Thank you. Yeah, this one looks really... I'm really excited for Superman. I'm watching it with my girlfriend tomorrow, and we are so excited. It looks awesome. I can't wait to watch it with her and experience this with her. Brandon Davis says, David Corenswet portrays an exceptional iteration of Superman with sincerity, heroism, purity, and inspirational traits. Corenswet and Rachel Brosnahan's chemistry for Clark and Lois is off the charts. Uh-oh. Their relationship is an excellent driver, especially early. Ooh. Oh, Riginese? Right on, brother. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong still. I apologize. Thank you so much for joining the chat tonight. I think it's the first time we've seen you. It's awesome to have you in, my friend. Let's see what we got here. Jermaine says Superman Soars is a non-stop joyride packed with humor, action, and emotion. The spectacle to spare, unbridled optimism, and a goofy unpredictability that ties everything together. Even when there are a few minor issues. We've never seen DC like this, and it's great. Oh, man. I'm so excited. Yeah, see, I figured. I was like, no spoilies. All right, y'all. We'll get through a few more, and then we'll call it a night after a few more. Oh, we got real rejects. Okay, let's see. Let me mute real quick. Okay.
We just got out of watching Superman. I want to get these guys' first thoughts right away.
Hold on, y'all. Is the audio? Can y'all hear the audio?
I cried 10 times. I laughed out loud. I clawed into John. It's like perfect. It's perfect.
It was action-packed. It was heartfelt. It was bright and colorful, but also pretty bone-crunching at times. It has everything you want and so much more.
I think it is the best Superman movie. It is not recency bias. I can say that calmly and confidently. This is undoubtedly my favorite Superman movie. I was moved to tears. I thought it was rousing, and David Corenswet is going to be my Superman for sure.
Also, it's my favorite Lois Lane by far. That's a character I've always struggled with, and I just think that Rachel Brosnahan brought her to life in a way that was so relatable and moving, and such a baddie, and she has so much to do. Just incredible.
And Eddie Gathegi, Mr. Terrific MVP.
So good. You can't miss this movie. July 11th. You can't miss it.
We just
that's crazy. Superman. Okay, so man, I mean, Greg calling it his favorite Superman movie. Favorite Superman movie. That's crazy. That is high praise. Very high praise. Chris Killian says Superman is a living, breathing DC comic book come to life. Blending James Gunn's trademark quirkiness with the earnestness of the Donner films. As perfectly cast, Corenswet feels like Superman peeled off the page, while Holt steals almost every scene he's in. All right, let's see if we can find some videos. That'll kind of help us. Give me a little break, y'all. I got take some, get another snack or something. Let's see. Went over to media, didn't see. It's kind of blacked out on us. Might have to go over to YouTube. Okay, not seeing many videos. Yeah, I might pull up YouTube in another tab here. Let's see. Superman. Out of theater reaction. Okay, so we got a few here we can go through. I figured I could mix this up a little bit. Let's share the screen here. We got Sean Chandler.
So I just got out of the theater from watching my most anticipated film of the year, Superman. I am a lifelong Superman fan. As someone that was born in the 80s, the Christopher Reeve Superman movies were the only ones that I had. So Superman movies always have that special place in my heart.
Yeah.
And after what James Gunn was
Spider-Man
able to
for
do
me.
with Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, what on earth will he do with Superman? Well, what did he do? He gave us like maybe the most comic book movie we've ever gotten that isn't embarrassed whatsoever of just leaning into the weird, the quirky, the sci-fi. It's trippy, it's crazy. It just goes for it and never kind of apologizes. The Lex Luthor in this is the Lex Luthor that is by far the most hateable Lex Luthor that they have ever given us. Like, you hate him and cannot wait to see him get defeated in the film. Definitely has a lot of James Gunn humor all throughout the film. And it's a very Superman-centric film where Clark Kent is actually kind of barely in the movie, which is interesting because you're just like in on the action on this adventure with Superman as he's off trying to kind of overcome things. And it finds like really... We're jumping right in on the action where like from the get-go, he's in the middle of a battle. And from there, it never really slows down or lets up. And both there's physical threats, but it's much more even a personal threat. It's a public relations threat. And so it's like such a different Superman movie than we've ever gotten before. As someone that this was my most anticipated film of the year, it lived up to my expectations. I got the movie that I was hoping for. And I think a lot of people are going to be very happy. So I just got
very high praise from Sean Chandler. Wow. I mean, he loved it. Had nothing but good things to say. Let's check out this
Superman was my most anticipated movie of the entire year, and I'm happy to say that it lives up to the hype. I really enjoyed this movie. It's unlike any Superman movie that we've ever seen. I think fans of the comics are going to really appreciate it in terms of its accuracy. Lex is pure evil. Superman is pure good. When I think of Superman, I think of David Corenswet. That's how spectacular he is in the role. His chemistry with Rachel Brosnahan is so good, and she is equally as good in the movie. This is an ambitious movie. It is large. There is a lot in the story. There's a great overlapping theme of what it means to be human. It has emotional bits, funny bits, and really all of it works for me. Whether it all works for you, that's depending on you watching the movie, of course. I really can't wait to watch it again. Superman was my most anticipated movie of the entire...
Really good praise there from Meters Reviews. Also, he's in the same critic organization as me. All right, let's see. We got another Superman out of the theater reaction.
What's going on, y'all? Cinefanatics, Robert Adams.
Cinefanatics.
Fresh out of the theater from seeing Superman. We will have a full spoiler-free review. What the hell are you doing? A spoiler-free review up on the channel later, so make sure you subscribe. YouTube.com/Cinefanatics. Holy crap, what a movie. What do you got?
Yeah, you're lost for words. Here's the thing. That is my Superman. That is the Superman that I've been waiting for. If I've been waiting for a Superman movie, it was that. There is so much to love. The characterization, everything is just absolutely perfect. We get a great Lex in live action. We get a great Superman in live action. Great Lois Lane. Great. So much to hype up about. The only downside is that it might get a little heavy-handed in the comic booky nature at times. So if that's not really your thing, you might have an issue.
A lot of people talking about that comic booky type of deal.
I know you got an issue as well.
Yeah, I feel like at least the first half of the movie, there was a lot of exposition. It feels like almost every character was just overly explaining what's happening, what's going on. And like, whenever I hear that, it kind of takes me out a little bit because I realize they're doing that for the audience, not necessarily for like the story of the movie. Like, I don't go around my day narrating or trying to explain to everyone why I am what I am.
That also,
I know, James. I'm like, this is a full-on review.
Well, they do that in comic books a lot as well. So Man,
Yeah.
I'm just floored. That's my Superman.
We're gonna drive home and talk over this some more so we can film the full.
That was like a full review. I'm like, well, damn, they going on and on, aren't they? All right.
So I just got back from seeing an early screening of Superman, and this is my out of theater reaction. I went into this one with decently high expectations, just from being a fan of James Gunn's previous work and the superhero genre in general, even if I didn't love all of the trailers. And I'm happy to report that this movie works as a solid jumping off point for the brand new DC universe. This version skips the origin story. Clark's already been Superman for 3 years, and it focuses on him trying to balance his alien heritage with his human upbringing. It's colorful, it's hopeful, and it leans way more into the comic book side of things than Zack Snyder's grim and brooding vision. David Corenswet plays Superman like a true Boy Scout. He's pretty charming in the role and has good chemistry with Rachel Brosnahan. Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor is a bit one note for my taste, and Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern is a massive bright spot, even if that bowl cut is an absolute nightmare. The biggest issue, though, there's just way too many characters. It starts feeling like a DC speed dating event more than anything else. But despite the overcrowding and some hand-holding in the script, Gunn's tone works. It feels like a Saturday morning cartoon meets Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, and that's obviously a big compliment. It's not a home run, but it's a strong base hit and a decent
Thank you so much for coming, Isaac.
Universe.
Appreciate you.
So I just got back from seeing an early screening of Superman, and this is my out-of-theater reaction.
Okay, so far, like, everybody has had nothing but good things to say.
What's up, guys? Steven from Nope or Dope Reviews. This is my 60-second out-of-theater reaction of James Gunn's Superman. I'm just going to list out what is Nope or Dope. First of all, you have to have great Superman, and we have one in David Corenswet. Great Clark, great Superman, and great
for real. There's some spoilers coming
Lane. I wish we had a little bit more of Rachel Brosnahan's Lois Lane, because every time she was on screen with Superman, with Clark, it was the heart of this movie, one of the highlights of the movie for me. Two other people that stand out. One's a dog. His name is Crypto. He steals the show a couple of times. And Mr. Terrific was terrific in this movie. Wasn't expecting to laugh out loud so many times with Mr. Terrific. I want to see more of him now. On the flip side, what was note with this movie is just the overall tone. I love me some Guardians of the Galaxy, but there was just a little bit too much comedy in this movie. I was hoping for the serious moments that last a little bit longer, but it was undercut by the comedy. That's my really one big gripe in this movie, and it was a big one.
Okay, so the comedy a little rough. A little too much comedy, that person was saying. Okay, let's see. Looks like that's about it for now. That's from Black Adam. Okay, y'all, listen. Boop, y'all, your boy. People really got to realize a social reaction. Right. I'm like, yo, they going into full reviews, man. Let's hit one more refresh, see if there's any more. We might run over to TikTok. Okay, we got a few more. E-Man.
What's up, everybody? It's me, E-Man from E-Man's Movie Reviews. Just got done watching Superman. I have to say, I came in mild expectations. I pretty much expect James Gunn to do a good job. I like his Guardians movies. You know what? I like this one too. No, it's not dark and gloomy or anything. It's not as corny as the old school one, but you know what? It's kind of like in the middle of all of that. It has fun. I enjoyed it. There were some laughs, really good action. Now, there was a couple of things I had some issues with, but you know what? At the end of the day, this, I think, sets up a wonderful start for the DCU, and I thought that they did a pretty good job. So if you were planning on watching it, I'd say this is worth it. This is worth it. So listen, I have more to say in my review. Make sure you tune in, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll check y'all later.
Hell yeah, E-Man. Okay, so E-Man really liked it. I see Elliot here from Movie Files.
The time has come to see one of my most anticipated films of the year, and that is Superman. Lifelong DC fan here, and I am nervous, excited, all of the above. But I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm a big fan of James Gunn's work.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of the character. I like these actors. I like what I've seen so far. I'm going into this with expectations, but at the same time, I'm going to try my best to leave those expectations at the front door and try to enjoy myself. Hopefully, I'll come out on the other side with some good news. But
okay, so he's doing it
all
before.
right, I am back. with my reaction. This isn't a review, just my first reaction after seeing Superman, and I'm a bit mixed. I'm going to definitely have to sleep on this. This is the things I was slightly fearful of kind of came true in this film, tonally speaking. But I will admit, as a DC fan, this was very much felt like a Saturday morning type of experience from a Superman, Justice League Unlimited type of vibes to it, which work and don't work at times. My biggest issue is tone. My biggest issue with tone, and there's some story things that I thought were pretty ridiculous. Certain characters did some pretty ridiculous things. And just, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm gonna shoot my review after this, so keep an eye out for that. But just know, I think people are either gonna love this film or hate this film. Me personally, I'm somewhere in the middle.
Okay, so Elliot was in the middle. Got our first mixed review. Elliot said he was in the middle. Couple things, like the tone's a little much for him. Gotta did it.
So initially, I was not sure about this movie. I definitely wanted to watch it, but I just wasn't sure what I was going to get. I do like a lot of what James Gunn has done with the MCU and DC and all of that stuff. And for the most part, that was enough to make me interested in what he would do with a Superman film. And also, I think it's important to say that I am more of a casual Superman fan. I'm not big on the comic books and all of that stuff, so I don't really know a lot of the lore. Personally, I'm walking into this just to see a good movie, a good Superman movie as well, but definitely just a good movie. And once again, I am happy to report back that that's exactly what I got. I feel like this movie's fun. It's heartfelt. Superman doesn't feel corny. He feels pretty down to earth for the most part. I think James Gunn found a good balance here between heroicism and just an average guy just trying to be good. And I really love the fact that this movie feels like a day in the life of Superman. It definitely feels like a nice structured film, but at the same time, it feels like you're just being dropped into these occurrences that are already happening. It doesn't really hold your hand. Like, it puts you in the action immediately. And I feel like that's definitely what you want to see this day and age with a movie like this. And although the movie is not without its faults, it's pretty solid. So initially, I was not sure about this movie. I definitely wanted to watch it, but I just wasn't sure what
pretty solid one here.
Like
Said it's pretty good. Definitely has some flaws, it sounds like, but got one here.
Hey everyone, this is Big Mike from Big Mike's Real Reviews, and this is my right out of the theater reaction from seeing Superman. James Gunn.
What's going on, View with Drew? Good to see you, man.
We can't post full reviews yet. The embargo doesn't lift until 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, which is going to be the 8th of July. So, my thoughts on Superman. I effing loved it. I really did. I was nervous. The leaked, the leaked reviews and everything, and it was getting me nervous at first. No lie. But then I go into the movie, and I mean, it's action packed. It's very well paced. I mean, I can't say much because this is just the out of the theater reaction. My full review will be up tomorrow at 3:00 p.m. Eastern on the dot. But I really, really, really enjoyed this movie, and I think general audiences will love it. Also, you know what? But this is not a bad thing. Kids are going to eat this shit up. Kids are going to love this movie. Love it. So that's my straight out of theater reaction.
Okay, so we hearing a lot. So that's the first time we heard about kids. We're hearing a lot about like people who are really, really liking this. A lot of high praise. A lot of praise for Corenswet. A lot of praise for Rachel. Man, okay.
And we are fresh out of the Superman preview screening. I have my thoughts. I'm going to keep it short, but for the most part, here's what I'll say. The essence of Lois, Clark, and Lex are all captured to a perfect T. It's a little up and down. However, at the end of the day, once it finally settles in and realizes what story it's telling, it's a hell of a ride. And that's what the most important thing is. Nick Holt is a perfect blend of Rosenbaum and Hackman, which is everything you could want. At points, he does steal the show, but Corenswet is just great. I just wish we got to spend more time with him as Clark. But Superman is a fun ride, perfect summer blockbuster. Seeing it again tomorrow at the Amazon screenings, or today, technically, because it's midnight and this is dropping. even though it's really 9:30 in Cleveland. So hey, until next time, I'm Matt, and this is another Real Reaction.
Right, let's see if we can find some more. Oh, I just clicked on that one.
I just got out of watching Superman. Here's my quick out of theater reaction. So the question everyone's going to ask is, does this movie set DC in the right direction? Is it a win for DC? And I'm going to say it is. It's a very solid start. The movie actually throws you kind of in the middle of an already established world, which was an interesting route to take. It's a bit jarring at first, in my opinion. We already knew the cast was stellar based on the marketing, but they all showed up, and the relationship between Lois and Clark's the highlight. Nicholas Hoult shines as Lex Luthor. And I found it interesting, with the Superman movie, you think spectacle action, that's going to carry the movie, but in reality, the smaller character moments were really the home run hitters for me that won me over, notably with Clark and his family. I wasn't crazy about certain plot decisions and story beats that unfold. There's some obligatory comic book movie third act stuff that I wasn't crazy about. The movie's Superman on the big screen. Hardcore fans are going to love it. DC fans are going to love it. And it's what this universe needs. It's far from perfect. It's a flawed movie, but it's a very solid start and one that I believe they can build on for years to come. I got lots more to say in my full review coming very soon.
Oh, hey, look, we got a longer out of theater reaction from Real James. We'll come back to that, James. Okay, let's see.
Hey, what's up, guys? I found this beer left over from some campers, and I'm totally wasted.
Have you guys seen this vlogging Yeti online? I'm gonna.
I am fresh out of just having seen James Gunn Superman at the red carpet world premiere. I can't believe I've just witnessed this with my eyes. Okay, this is just an out of theater reaction. You'll get my full review tomorrow. Right now, where it stands, I'm walking out of this thinking it's great. I was really watching it all with a big dumb smile on my face. David Corenswet as Superman. Almost every action he was taking, from the lines, the way he was saving people, even his morals in here, everything. I was like, this is Superman. This is what Superman should be on screen. With that said, it's not without its faults. There are some things I'm even going to be nitpicky about, and there are going to be major things other people might not love about this iteration. But from what James Gunn has done and the way he's introduced the DCU, I am so excited for whatever is next, whether it's the Green Lanterns, whether it's the Justice League, whether it's Batman, whoever ends up coming next. If this is what the DCU is going to feel like and be like, oh, sign me up, because I would really want to see more of these adventures. I'm going to let you guys know more later, but as of right now, I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Yeah. Hey, Chris looking clean though. I'm like, well, damn, bruh. Okay, we got Perry Nimrinoff. That was a nice little intro.
The social media embargo has lifted for Superman. So right here are my brief thoughts on the movie, but many, many more to come later this week. I will begin by telling you that James Gunn Superman just made me so damn happy. The movie is loaded with exhilarating set pieces and some very well-placed humor and levity, but the beating heart of this story is Superman's humanity and his insistence on doing good and just making the world a better place. David Corenswet brings such an infectious determination and warmth to the character that it really does make that pursuit all-consuming and impossibly heartening. Making that an even more robust aspect of this movie is the fact that James Gunn and the team never shy away from exploring the challenges that one might encounter when trying to navigate our reality while holding tight to those particular core values. The chemistry between Corenswet and Rachel Brosnahan is just off the charts, and I especially love how the two characters challenge each other for the better throughout the story. But it also feels really important to emphasize that Brosnahan is a true force as Lois Lane in this movie, all on her own. They do need each other in this fight, but she's not wholly defined by their relationship or her job for that matter.
Okay.
She's got her own view of the world and approach to navigating it. She powers through this story with real agency and is also very key to moving the overall plot forward. To touch on some other standouts for me in the ensemble here, I will begin with Eddie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific.
Okay.
Just couldn't get enough of that character's style, his tech, and the way that Gathegi carries himself in the role. Then there's Maria Gabriela de Faria as the engineer, just sky-high screen presence and some top-tier action, but I also found that she added just enough internal complexity to keep you leaning in. Then I want to point out Anthony Carrigan as Metamorpho, because that right there is a lot to have to sell in a minimal amount of screen time, at least compared to the movie's main players, and I thought he just did so beautifully. I do wish the Daily Planet team, though, beyond Clark and Lois, made a bigger impact on the story. There were also some moments in the narrative where the structure felt a little bit jarring, but individual sequences in Superman are just so strong that those types of hiccups ultimately wind up feeling like mere blips on the radar. The story build is very much there, and it's successful in a number of respects, but especially when it comes to Superman coming to understand who he is and how he can best influence Earth. That's where I'm going to leave you for now, but look out for Merry Hour this week, and we are going to do a full non-spoiler review of Superman and also dig into some spoilers too. See you then.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State
Okay,
Farm.
so
It's
yeah,
like
so
getting
far
bacon.
nothing too crazy to make me want to reconsider seeing it or anything. Sounds like things are going really well with the reactions.
Christine Alonso, we are at.
Let's see. I'm looking for something that a little shorter, y'all. I'm about to tap out here in a second. Let's see. Got BDs here. Let's see. We'll do breakfast all day.
Christine
I love their
Alonso, we
channel
are at
name.
IMAX headquarters for Superman. This is a very, very early, quick little social review, full review coming out when we can talk about it, which is
after July 4th.
yes. So I loved it.
I loved it.
I loved it, and it's like the purest distillation of all things James Gunn.
Yeah.
Like it's all of his big crowd pleasing superhero instincts, but also the weirdness that marked his early films and who I think he truly is.
Yeah, he gets comic books and comic book movies in a way that very few people along the way have. And yeah, it just to me was a thrill. And I kept thinking, if it were this easy, everybody would do it. And it's obviously really hard to do one of these well. Look at the last 20 years, how many crappy superhero movies have we had to sit through. This one just nails the tone so well. It is exciting, and it's funny, and it's romantic. They approach the idea of a Superman in a way that I really haven't seen these movies attack before. Superman's place in the earth in terms of, humanity and geopolitics and all that stuff. Nicholas Hoult is a terrific Lex Luthor, not too serious, but also not a joke.
Yeah, not goofy.
No, totally not goofy. David Corenswet nails it.
Perfect Superman.
He and
Rachel Brosnahan.
Mrs. Maisel, thank you. Rachel Brosnahan have terrific chemistry.
She's charming.
This is some of the best introduction of new superheroes I've seen in one of these movies in a while. I still have Flash nightmares, but like this one introduces people from various corners of the DC universe in a way that's really cool, that I geeked out about a little, but it didn't clobber you over the head with them if you aren't a lifelong comics reader. This is great.
It's beautiful. Like, it's creamy the way that it's shot. And it's like the action
Creamy.
is thrilling, but then there's also like a really cool sense of style in just like the interiors of various buildings. That's all I want to say.
And fucking Crypto.
Oh, steals
Chef's
it.
kiss.
Steals it. Like, what a good boy. Such a good boy.
He's bad. But
He's such a good boy. There are no bad dogs. Anyway, we loved it, and we're psyched to talk to you more about it.
Yes.
And that's coming out. I think the movie comes out July 11th.
Right.
I think this full review can go out on July
8th. Yeah.
So the soonest we can get it to you, we will. I
And
promise.
there will be an eventual spoiler chat,
Has to
so
be.
come back for that too.
Has to be.
Okay, let's see. Watch a few more here, y'all.
Other creators plan content. Suki, she.
Yeah, Movie Files was like pretty mixed. Oh, we went to Chris's already. Let's see. He has a longer one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls out there, the time has come to see one of my most anticipated films.
Oh,
of the
I think
year,
it's pretty much
and
the
that
same
is
as a short. Let's see here. We watched the Real Rejects, but no, this ain't Real Rejects. It's a Cinepals.
What is going on, everybody?
My
I'm
bad.
Javi Kuwait, joined by Achara
Awesome.
What's up?
This is our initial thoughts and feelings on Superman, the 2025 film. This is not a non-spoiler review. That is coming later. This is just quick thoughts and feelings. I thought I would kick it off with something I sent directly to Warner Brothers. I said, the new 2025 Superman is a beautiful and moving update to the classic superhero we've all known since we were little kids. It's a level of vulnerability rarely experienced in superheroes, especially Superman. Despite the immense pressure of the gargantuan task of rebooting the DCU, James Gunn managed a complex balance of heart, action, comedy, joy, and hope. It sought to bring us back to a place of innocence while entertaining us, and it succeeded.
Yeah. What a great soundbite, as it were, Jabby, because yes, all of those things. And I agree. I think, James Gunn had a massive task ahead of him. And I think that there were people out there who thought that he couldn't do it. And he was like, hold my beer.
Yeah. No, when we were
It's
at
like,
the
yeah.
thing, it seemed like at
I
that
totally
screening,
understand, James. Thank you
there
so
was
much
not
for
a
coming
single
through and
person who
answering
was
some
like,
questions.
Yo, what
Appreciate
was
it,
that?
brother. Thanks for coming
Like,
through. It's
not
always
one
support.
person had a negative feeling. Everyone came out with like feeling
Love you,
great.
James. Good night.
Yeah, because I think it just it harkens back to the nostalgia of the very early Superman movies with Christopher Reeve. Like there's so much heart, there's so much vulnerability, like you said, and also at the heart of it, you have the romance between Superman and Lois as well, which was one of my favorite things about the first Superman movie, which I watched recently.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is so great.
Wow, their video just like cut right off. It was like, this is so great. Bloop. I thought this was Soups for a second. Not gonna lie, I was like, oh, is that Soups? Let's see who else we got. Let's see. Let's do another search. We already saw his and his as well. It's a little longer thoughts. All right, y'all. Let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and tap out. Of course, I will have a short video on the channel talking about that. This person did a full movie review, but I'll have a full, a little short on the channel. Might snip this into a long form, especially the YouTube side. Glad this movie so far having good reviews. Yeah, so far so good. Quincy Emmons, welcome in. By the way, I think that's the first time I've seen you. I'm actually about to wrap up here, but y'all, we had up to like 40 people in this joint tonight. Y'all, thank you so much for supporting the stream. Definitely hit that subscribe button, guys. I do movie news every single day. I'm about to actually cut a short here, get a couple of these reactions out, but y'all come on back. I do movie news and reviews and more, all in short format, but I also do daily Marvel news in long form format. It's been a couple days since I put out a Marvel video, but we will absolutely be back to that and more reviews as well coming up on the channel. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and hey, be back next week on Monday night. We do a live stream show doing movie news of the week, Mondays at 6 p.m. PT. Come on back, y'all, and thank you for dropping in, y'all. Thank you so much for the support on this stream. We'll see you next time on Geekly Goods.